Good afternoon, participants. Greetings from Explore the Space. I am Sadiq, General Manager, Projects Explore the Space. Explore the Space is an educational NGO registered in Niti Aayog, Government of India, and works to promote awareness on space sciences and technology among schools and colleges through seminars, quiz programs, study tours, and research. Explore the Space connects institutions and industry through its programs. On behalf of the Advisory Council and the Executive Committee of Explore the Space, I am pleased to welcome you all for this very important webinar on opportunities in the space and allied industries. Today's specific topic will be latest technologies and opportunities in remote sensing applications by Mr. Kamada Vijay Kumar. A special welcome to Kamada sir. Friends, space industry has reached an inflection point and we are going to see a burst of activity both in the upstream and downstream activities. This is going to create a great deal of opportunities for the space industry. There is a growing need for skilled and talented professionals in the space and allied industry. Colleges need to prepare the students to make the best use and gain advantage of this development. Explore the Space will be glad to offer its support and assistance to the educational institutions in this process. The excitement that space technology provides is matched with the unfolding opportunities that it is creating for new jobs in this space and related sectors. The modern lifestyle and advanced technologies have given way for very many options to pursue a career in space. Space vehicles, disaster management, weather forecasting, satellite navigation, global communications, and etc. The space industry has plenty to offer. Today we have colleges and universities from the southern and western region of India participating as audience. Aurangabad, Pune, Solapur, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Cochin, Nashik, Amravati, and Mumbai are some of the cities represented in today's program. Now, about Mr. Kamada sir. He is postgraduate in atmospheric sciences from World Meteorological Organization Department, Government of India, Pune, alumnus of IIT New Delhi, Masters in Management Studies from Osmania University, served the Indian Armed Forces for 29 years, participated in the Operation Cactus Maldives, Operation Vijay, and Operation Parakram Kargil, and has been awarded meritorious medals. He underwent postgraduate satellite remote sensing application course at the prestigious Center for Space Science and Technology, Education in Asia and the Pacific, a specialty education center under the Office of the Outer Space Agency of United Nations, and went to get his MTech degree from the Andhra University under the aegis of Space Application Center, Ahmedabad, ISRO. An Astute satellite data analyst and remote sensing application specialist. He was the best outgoing student, academic topper throughout, and his research work on satellite data applications for naval operation won accolades and awarded the best project study. He is also the most sought out resource person for satellite data application and operational forecasting techniques at workshop conducted by DST under the aegis of Science and Engineering Research Board, SERB, the erstwhile Science and Engineering Research Council School. Kamada sir, may I now request you for your presentation, please? Thank you, guys.
Do I have the screen share facility?
Yes, sir.
Do I have the screen share facility? I can share my
Yes,
screen.
yes, yes, sir. You are a co-host, sir.
Okay. Very good evening to all of you. Is my screen is visible?
Yeah, visible, sir.
Am I audible also?
Yeah, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay, very good evening to all of you. And this is Commodore Vijay Kumar, retired from the Indian Navy. And you must be thinking that what a defense officer has got to do with this webinar. Thanks to explore the space, I've been asked to speak to this August gathering of people from all over the country, particularly from the western part of India, who have chosen to attend this webinar, where actually I think the purpose was told that it is all for the placement officers to look for the opportunities in the space technology. But I am an operational man, and therefore my job has been operational activities, and also I am a trainer in the space science and technology education, and therefore most of my lecture I will try to make it generic, and therefore it is informative from the point of view of the various avenues and applications which are available, and how the normal educational system which are all followed in your colleges, be it arts and science or engineering students, can look forward to getting themselves chosen for some of the opportunities that this particular space science has got to offer. This is a explore the space is a world of n-dimensional applications where there are many applications, many areas, and in fact, there is no such domain where the satellite applications are not included into. As you are all aware that Indian space program started in 1962. ISRO came into existence in 1969. The Indian Space Commission under the Department of Space started in 1972, and we launched our first satellite launcher, Aryabhatta, in 1975. So it's almost 40, 45 years now, and since Aryabhatta, there is no looking back as far as India is concerned. And we know that today we have got close to 109 spacecraft missions, including 3 nano satellites and 1 micro satellites, 72 launch missions, including scramjet technology demonstrators, reusable launch vehicles, RLVs, student satellites have gone, re-entry missions have been successful, and there are so many such forefront missions, all of them, including the foreign missions, close to 300 plus have gone in space, and ISRO has carved a niche for itself. Whether COVID or no COVID, we didn't stop launches in 2020 as well. We had 2 PSLVs and 1 GSLV is launched, with C-49 going in November, C-50 going in December, GSLV going in the month of February, and therefore there has been galore of launches, and the space technology and science did not stop because of the pandemic. Therefore, there has been a complete traffic jam in the space where so many satellites have been launched, and now India is a forerunner as far as the space technology is concerned. And because of this, the space industry, the space engineering, space science, and allied aerospace engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics and communications, all of them have also seen a giant leap. With the headquarters at Bangalore, under the chairmanship of Dr. K. Sivan now, ISRO has many specialized centers, be it for rocket launches, satellite preparations, liquid propellants, sensors, telemetry, communication systems, launch vehicles, launch pads, you call anything. All these are all indigenous, make Indian, and therefore you will be proud to be an Indian associated with such a marvelous field of satellite remote sensing and technology. Indian Space Science has already got a commercial arm called as Anthric Corporation, where all the business dealings, commercials are all being worked out, and therefore there is always scope for expansion, startups, innovations, and therefore there is no end of approaching this particular domain for placing your students or guiding them to take up jobs which are all challenging, not mundane. The beauty of space sciences, it encompasses all the three dimensions of land, air, and ocean. And therefore, from the initial rockets to the SLVs or the ASLVs, augmented satellite launch vehicles, or the polar satellite launch vehicles called PSLVs or GSLVs, now geosynchronous launch vehicles, India has grown in stature. Along with the launch vehicles and rockets, we also have prepared our own satellites called INSAT 1 series, 2 series, 3 series, and then the 4 series. You may be wondering that why there are ASLVs or PSLVs or GSLVs or 1 series or 2 series or 3 series. The initial launch vehicles were all under the satellite launch vehicles stature categories, where the polar satellite launch vehicles are the one which are all used to launch satellites up to the height of around 1000 kilometers or less than 1000 kilometers in the polar orbiting mode. That is, they move from pole to pole. Whereas the GSLVs are the one which goes into the geosynchronous height, that is 36,000 kilometers above the Earth. They all rotate in the equatorial plane, not in the vertical plane. When it comes to the satellites, when India started preparing the satellites, we had satellites prepared, developed for India from foreign and launched also from the foreign platforms, French Guiana or Kourou space or at Russian space centers. They all fall into the category 1, that is INSAT 1 series. That means INSAT 1 series are those where the satellites are also foreign made, launched also from the foreign land, but Indian purposes. But when it came to INSAT series 2, we started preparing the satellites, only launches were taking place from the foreign land. When it comes to 3 series, both the satellites as well as the launch vehicles are completely indigenous. Everything happened with self-centric and completely self-sustaining mode, and therefore self-sufficiency mode, and therefore they all fell into the INSAT 3 series. When it comes to 4th series of satellites, we not only launched ours, we not only prepared our own, we also started launching satellites for the other countries. Today, India is one of the biggest player in launching satellites for other countries in the most efficient, professional, cheap, best possible way. Therefore, large number of satellites have started going up in the sky using Indian space, Indian technology. What does it mean? It means ocean of opportunities for the youngsters today. The college going girls and boys have got umpteen number of opportunities to study in this particular domain, get themselves placed in the niche areas of space science and technology. Unlike mundane works of routine, gone are those days when I did my college. We all know only BA, BSc, BCom, or we know only mechanical engineering and electrical engineering, sometimes automobile engineering, civil engineering. That's it. Today, there are special, vertically specialized technologies and science and engineering disciplines where the opportunities to get themselves placed and earn a name for themselves, leave a mark, indelible mark for themselves and to their families are plenty. There are satellites which are all orbiting in the space, both in the polar orbiting that I said, they are all vertically moving, that is from North Pole to South Pole in the vertical plane. And there are satellites which are all moving in the geostationary or geosynchronous platform where they move along with the speed of the Earth in the equatorial plane in the horizontal domain. And there are some satellites which are all launched at the very, very low Earth orbits. That means they are all launched at a height of around 200 to 300 kilometers above the Earth. And therefore, they all are launched for specific purposes, special observations, special monitoring capabilities, etc. There are also satellites which are used for technology and experimental demonstrations. And therefore, these are all the four categories of types of satellites which are launched for the purposes of communications, Earth observations, experimental or technology demonstrators, navigations. Navigations include land, sea, air, you name anything. They also include geospatial, geosynchronous, geomorphologic navigation tools. We all are today very much comfortable using GPS locations. All our mobile systems are using them. After all, somebody is facilitating. Those facilitators are nothing but the space technology. And therefore, all the people who are studying communications or the electronics and communications or electrical electronic domains, they all have got so much of futures of taking jobs in these particular domains. There are special projects like GPS enabled geosynchronous and navigation satellites, Indian remote navigations and satellite systems. There are special projects like Bhuvan, Vedas, which are all using video and audio linking geosynchronous and geopositioning systems for various application-based tools, softwares, developments. After all, everything is for betterment of human life and the societal improvements, and therefore all these scientific exploration studies, education and training purposes, telemedicines, teleconferencing facilities like what we are doing it today now on Zoom, every of them have got applications with the backbone being use of satellites and technologies. And therefore, today's education system, whichever the domain they are studying, there are plenty of applications where the satellite and technology and remote sensing have got a role to play. Whether it is the Earth observations using the land, ocean, atmospheric properties, land usage and coverages, whether it is a governance for the the government policies, national administration and development, or whether it is a communication. It could be communication for entertainment, communication for networking, communications for mobile, communications for satellite or videos and audios and you name anything. The navigation, as I mentioned, could be for land transport, it could be for sea transportations, it could be for aviation purposes, it could be for satellite navigation themselves, or it is for international routing and safety and mitigation. It also can be for education. It could be for today, with the pandemic in force, the entire education system has gone online, and therefore the entire online education system is being supported ably by the excellent remote sensing capabilities and the sensors and the satellites that are being placed in the space thousands of kilometers above the Earth. We are very much aware about the weather and climate studies and the disaster management and mitigation. You heard recently what happened in Chamoli, where the glacier melted and so much of landslides and so much of flooding, loss of life, and missing people still being searched. Health monitoring has got no special iteration is required here, because we all are seeing that what is happening for last 1 year plus under the pandemic, how the control is being, how the monitoring is being done, how the dissemination of informations. In fact, today through satellite remote sensing techniques, the pandemic regions can be, the containment zones can be very categorically earmarked and monitored using geoprocessing systems. With the population increasing more than double than what we have seen in the last 10 years, the land resource monitoring preservations become mandatory, because we started encroaching upon every available space, and therefore there is a confrontation which is already taking place between the humans and the other habitations, including animals. And therefore there are certain things which need to be preserved: forest conservations, fisheries, agriculture, producers. All these things have got applications which have got no way to survive now without these satellite based technologies, enabling them for remotely monitoring the products as well as preservations and also their dissemination and usages. The urban development, tourism industry, transportation methodologies, everything has got the satellite backing. We have got today cartosats, resource sats, which all have got cartographic ability, where the entire land coverage, land usages, the facility to actually lay the roads, create a golden coordinator type of, where the connectivities can be, made, how we can make, and you are all aware now the Delhi Bombay highway is being made. The entire study, land mapping, land acquisitions, the projectiles, the elevations, the tunneling requirements, everything was done using the satellite application studies. And therefore, today, there are umpteen number of scopes for students who are doing engineering, even though they may be taking the core engineering degrees, but still there are diversified applications in the satellite and remote sensing domain, including for renewable energy, resource management, whether it is wind energy, turbine energy, whatever could be the alternate resources and the energy systems. Because today we know conventional energies are no more available. The depleting coal, depleting water resources, thermal power plants or the hydropower plants, we are already switching over to nanotechnologies and nuclear powers. And therefore, alternate resources like wind energy, turbine energies are all going to make uh, solar energies are going to be the future. And therefore, there are specialized subjects which the universities have started offering now: energy management, energy conservations, renewable energy sources. There are specialized centers which are all looking for people to be recruited in this particular domain. Hardly there are anybody available. There are two reasons for that. One, students are not even aware of the scopes under these. Second, they are not equipping themselves to be challenged, themselves to be preparing themselves to be meeting those aspirations of the industry or the requirement. And therefore, satellite applications have got unlimited domains and applications or areas of applications. We have seen recently how the national resource with regard to the health repository has been taking shape. How we are monitoring the telemedicine and the teleconferencing facilities are going on. Under the present government uh, active liaising, one of the prestigious project for housing for all under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is also being monitored, implemented using the land resource mapping using the satellite technology. The geo monitoring of the end users of the entire government policies like NREGA, they also have got satellites involvement monitoring. There are large number of excavations, archaeological sites, heritage, history being preserved. We have forgotten our Indian culture. And therefore, all those preservations take place. Those details are being monitored. Everything happens with the, in fact, today, uh, monitoring these type of sites, which are all under the ground or below the oceans, Setu Samudram or Rama Setu, you name anything, these are all being actually monitored, identified, even explored using the satellite technologies. And therefore, whether it is the conventional routine engineering students who is studying only the electronics or electrical engineering or communications, they have got ample opportunities to go into these type of niche areas for appointments. The placement officers can look forward to seeing these type of opportunities where there are so many vacant billets even today for want of really talented and willing students to take up these type of challenging works. In fact, I purposely left out the defense applications in this because everybody thinks that satellite is used only for defense. Defense is only one of the many other domains which is using. There are capacity buildings. As I mentioned earlier, India was looking forward to the developed countries for their satellites and launches. Today, some of the most developed countries like Japan, France, Germany are all looking forward to India for satellite development as well as launching their satellites. In fact, many of the communication satellites, local, their requirements are all being met by the Indian satellites or Indian launched satellites, which are all is a prestigious thing. In fact, ISRO is like a white elephant. It is like an Akshaya Patra. Any number of people wanting to join to the ISRO or space technology domains or the service providers, that particular industry will be able to keep on taking any number of people for their employment. All they look forward to is the attitude and the professionalism. With this type of a capacity building that we have taken both in geospatial and geomorphologic applications, the international support and data sharing and archival has become the order of the day, where India is one of the indispensable member, where we have got international cooperations, including the Office of the Outer Space Agency, World Space Commissions, where Indian voice is very much heard. What does it augur for all of us? It augurs for fantastic opportunities for employment abroad, to collaborate with the foreign agencies, foreign universities, learn more, study more, equip more, qualify more, and therefore this particular domain has got ocean of opportunities for the youngsters to take up even further studies, simultaneously getting paid for their projects and other specialized works. And therefore, in case if you happen to see the last few years, most of the projects which are all being promoted by the present government, most of them have got the satellite based technologies which are all being used for the implementation, monitoring, and ensuring that it reaches the actual beneficiaries. Therefore, the village administrations, village panchayat administrations, the the various policies which the government has put in place and the benefits are all reaching to the end users. They are monitoring all of them, all these outreach programs. Like for example, whatever the policies, the governance, the government, rules and regulations, if they have implemented something, it has to reach the common man, and therefore using the outreach programs, all the monitoring and implementations are all being done by the government, or whether it is the central government or it is the state government, using the satellite technologies and satellite application modes. They include telemedicine, teleeducation, teleconferencing, panchayat planning, basic training about various aspects of government policies, weather informations, you name anything. All these outreach will not be possible if we are not going to embrace satellite remote sensing and application technologies, and our students are not being taught about the scope and the domains that this particular field has got. Now, ISRO has started doing it themselves because their requirements are so specific. Sometimes the colleges and the universities are actually not able to train them in the domains in which they wanted the applications to be, and therefore they started having their own training centers, which are all niche national centers. Therefore, the students from these colleges also can be told or encouraged to take up their higher studies, including in these type of centers. There are specialized tailor-made training programs and courses which are offered at these institutions, which ranges from short-term courses of 2 weeks to 1 year or sometimes 2 years, wherein after completion of those courses, employment is guaranteed. 100% employment. There is nobody who remains on road without finding a job for themselves. These include institutes like Indian Space Technology Institute, that is Indian Institute of Space Technology at Trivandrum, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing at Dehradun, IARS, Center for Space Science and Technology Education in Asia and Pacific, that is CSSDAP Ahmedabad, where I did my specialized course in satellite remote sensing applications. National Remote Sensing Center, NRSC or NRSA agency, earlier it used to be called as National Remote Sensing Agency at Hyderabad. National Physical Laboratory, NPL at Ahmedabad. In fact, this is the only CSIR lab which also functions under the Department of Space, under the ISRO, because it is a center which trains the people under various communication and satellite sensors technologies. One of the beautiful centers. There are large number of appointments which are all taking place in these institutes, where the starting level of entry for the college students are all scientist B. Today, scientist B, when they enter, their basic scale of pay starts from level 6. That means they are all with 5,400 grade pay, or the scale of pay. That means with grade pay 5,400. I'm talking not the basic pay. I'm talking about the grade pay. Therefore, they are all coming under the their take home pay will be somewhere to the tune of almost 80,000 to 1 year or 1 lakh, and therefore that's a type of a starting pay scale close to 12 lakhs per annum, with other perks and privileges which are not put as a cost to the company. You do a job which is actually giving you a lot of happiness. You achieve something rather than doing it. In fact, today we see that in the last so many years, whichever the domain the student is specialist in or studied in, they all land up finally in IT and IT enabled services. And then finally they curse themselves saying that, no, I did a mechanical engineering, but I'm doing an IT job. I did automobile engineering, but today I'm doing a call center job. And therefore, There are scopes which are available for their core engineering specializations by taking up either appointments under these institutions or do some courses under these national centers, equip themselves before they look forward to their job opportunities. In fact, there are large number of centers in India, whether it is the liquid propulsion center at near Trivandrum, or whether it is the Tumba rocket launching stations at again Thiruvananthapuram, or whether it is the Sriharikota launch pad at Sriharikota, or whether it is the Hasan Center at Bengaluru, or whether it is the Space Application Center at Ahmedabad, Indian Remote Sensing Application Center at Bhuj. There are so many national centers where there are appointments pending for want of people not available, qualified people not available, not willing to take up jobs which are all challenging, tiresome, because you need to work hard. It will be sometimes disappointing. Like you know that ISRO puts so much of effort, prepares the satellite, launches, and the launch fails. It ditches into the ocean. And none of us can forget the ISRO chairman unconsolably crying on the shoulders of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That's how it will be dejected to somebody who is. But that is what his challenge is all about. There are large number of companies like this: Upstream, Team Indus, Deltrix, Satsure, Earth Orbit. There are so many companies which are all collaborators and contributors, and large number of appointments are all taking up in all these companies. There are many number of startups which I am not even showing it here. Normally what we do is in the colleges as a placement officers, we look forward only to CTS, Wipro, TCS. You again and again go back to only these type of companies, and finally the people end up only taking up some job which are all like a call center job. They all get paid somewhere to the tune of 20,000, 2.5 to 3 lakhs or 3.5 lakhs, and feel very happy initially because they got a job. But having joined, they see that they are all working hours are extending from anywhere between 8 hours to 12 hours to 24 hours. There is nothing like personal time for themselves, and therefore within 2 years they start feeling dejected and look forward to change. Now, having worked in that type of an environment for 2 years and 4 years, you have got no option but to show that as your experience, and therefore you continue to get jobs of the similar nature. There are so many companies like this which is looking forward to the core people who have got a core talent in their core domains of engineering. It is electrical engineering, electronic engineering, sensor technology, communication technology. You have got large number of scope for these type of companies, and there are appointments pending. And therefore, as a placement officers, my request to many of you is that please do not go back just to place them. Placement officers are requested here not to think themselves that you are placing somebody somewhere. No, placing somebody is just in my when I look at it, you are just only transferring your burden from your college or your place to someone else. But the misery for that particular student is not over it. And therefore, explore these type of avenues where there are plenty of such opportunities. Even if you are able to place them 2 3 in one company, even if you are able to place one and he proves his metal, and you know that you have got entry made and a path breaking initiative made, one will become many tomorrow. And therefore, when you look at collaborators and contributors, you also have a look at the active investors for the space technology and the satellite applications. You see that I'm just showing only a small, a clip of people who encourage satellite-based applications, satellite-based tools which are required for them. This is where the IT and IT-enabled services may be able to help, because they also ultimately use the satellite-based technology for creating. Today, if Uber is able to take you, if you are able to have a Google map showing you the routes very precisely, it is just this is possible only because of satellite-based technology. It's only a question of that satellite-based technology has been put in the form of a user interface tool as a software app, and therefore all these small startup companies like Urban Clan, whether it is a Swiggy, whether it is a Book My Show, whether it is, you name any of those small companies, which are all now making huge profits and establish themselves as a big player. All of them have got a vested interest, and they all have invested heavily, encourage the satellite programs and satellite technology and the applications for their usages. And therefore, there are so much of avenues and appointments and the vacancies available in all these areas, which are nothing but IT and IT enabled services to use a space technology, space science, and space engineering for delivering products which will make an individual's life that much more comfortable. Simply put, all of us have to be made complacent or laid back approach in life. Everything need to be available on a platter. No one wants to move. Sitting in one place, everything has to be accessible and available to the people. And therefore, in case if the satellite technologies can be exploited gainfully to prepare these type of applications, then also there are large number of avenues, opportunities available. And therefore, when you really look at it, plenty of such scopes are available, plenty of such domains are available, large number of areas which are available where students can take up jobs. And I'm just summarizing here one particular quote which I really liked it. Therefore, I just picked it up from the net. It says that what the new age startups are up to. They are not looking for, as an entrepreneur, who are really not fond of the traditional vendor supplier model. That means there is some produce and there is somebody is using it, somebody wanting it. Therefore, I'm going to map these two. No, it's not like that. In fact, there is a saying that by 2025, every Indian food, whether it is a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, will be dictated, decided by Swiggy or any of these type of service providers, because they decide what you have to eat. They will, even if you want to eat something which is straight available to you at home, they will brainwash you to start using it only something which is being provided by them. And therefore, present new age startups are looking for greater value in exploring end-to-end services, which is B2B, that is business to business, or business to the consumer segments. That means I take my business to the consumer, I take it to their individual home, to their bedroom, to their dining halls, and make sure that I use the artificial intelligence, the machine learning, the big data analytics. Everything is now emerging as the game changer. Today, if you just log into the net and just type Simla, that's it. Within few seconds, you start getting some alerts on your mobile that you are looking for Simla. Do you want to go there? I am there providing you the services. These are the best hotels. This is the best cab which is available. This is the best. Therefore, Just by typing one word Simla on the net, you got yourself exposed to the whole world, and everyone starts monitoring you so closely. And therefore, this is both advantageous and it is also dangerous, because my next move is being dictated to me and I don't have the liberty to take my own steps. This is how the future is going to be. And all these things are all happening with the use of space technology, space sciences, data sciences, which are all available today, plenty from the satellite remote sensing applications. And therefore, today, the artificial intelligence, machine learning, the blockchains, all of them have picked up huge opportunities. And therefore, it is not the traditional information technology, it is not the traditional computer science is no more going to gain or give you any big openings in the future. And therefore, every student, whether they like it or not, with the exploration of the space, with the remote sensing technology taking a giant leap, we have got no option but to embrace this satellite based technologies. One of the area which I wanted to touch upon specially, where there is hardly anybody talking about, or any student is even exploring, is this climate, weather, and forecasting. We all talk about climate change. I do not know whether the climate is changing on its own or we are dictating the climate to change. That's why I put climate change or change climate. Climate change sounds to me that as though the climate is changing on its own without any compulsions. No, we are forcing the climate to change, and therefore we are dictating the climate and we are forcing the climate to change. And hence, we have got no option.
Hello, can't hear you.
Dear friends, we will get back you shortly. Some technical issue. Please wait a few minutes, few seconds. Thank you.
Hello. Am I audible again?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Earlier I got disconnected. Can you give me my sharing? I'm not getting the share.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for your waiting.
Can
Sir,
you give
please.
me the screen share? Because I'm not getting the screen share.
Sir, now you are co-host, sir.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Is my screen is visible? Is my screen visible?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
climate change. Now it's visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Biju Rajan. Biju Rajan.
Sir, Kamada, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on, sir. Yes.
Please carry on.
Please carry on, sir. Yes, sir.
அது ஹேங் ஆகுதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இது எதுவும் பண்ணாது. அவரோட இதில் ஏதோ ஆகுதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அவரோட இதில் ஏதோ இதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சார் உங்களது அப்படியே நிற்கிது சார், டிஸ்கனெக்ட் ஆகுது. ஆனால் உங்களுக்கு இதில் இருக்கீங்க, பட் அப்படியே ஸ்லைட் ஆகிடுச்சு. ஓகே ஓகே, திரும்பவும் டிஸ்கனெக்ட் ஆகிடுச்சு. வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க சார். யா ஓகே 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 சார். ஓகே சார். ப்ளீஸ் கனெக்ட் சார். யா ஓகே, திரும்ப கனெக்ட் பண்ணுவோம் சார். வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. நெட் இஷ்யூ ஆகும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். 2-3 ஸ்லைட்ஸ் தான் இருக்கு.
Thanks for waiting. We will continue, sir. So, Kamada sir,
Yeah, I'm not able to launch my
screen share. Okay,
screen share is not coming.
okay, okay.
Okay, I'm sharing now.
Yeah.
Is my screen seen now?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, yes. Climate change or change climate, sir.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please carry on, sir, please.
Right. I'm sorry for this small
Technical issues.
suddenly the technical reason I couldn't help it out, and therefore apologies for but definitely thanks for all your patience. As I was mentioning, that one of the important domain which has been left out, and everyone talks about it, but nobody actually wants to plunge into this, is the weather forecasting, climate change, meteorology. As I was mentioning, whether it is a climate change or it is a changing climate, we have got telltale evidences. Whether it is the recent cyclone Nivar,
சார் பார்த்துட்டு கொடுத்துருக்கேன். அது வந்து
or
பேட்டரி தான் ப்ராப்ளமா, பேட்டரி மாத்தி கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க சார்.
somebody is speaking. Yeah. Whether it is a cyclone Nivar or whether it is the Uttarakhand deluge, which we all seen, or our own Chennai floods, recent ones, the Ladakh earthquake which has happened, you name any of them. Okay. All these things have got devastating effects, lot of loss and loss of property, life, and whatnot. We all know that the current world population is growing at 7 billion is proposed to reach to 10.1 billion maybe in the few years. The order in which the various countries are actually exploding with the population is shown here. We are going to overtake China and become the most populated country by 2050 if the projections are right. And the world population, when you look at it, world is not overcrowded. It is not even crowded. It's only a question of that all of us wants to live only at a very, very safe, comfortable, and a place where everything is available to us in plenty. And therefore, when you look at the world, the entire population is actually staying in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere, there are hardly anybody. If you go to Australia, New Zealand, you will find nobody there on the road. Very, very less population. Even in Australia also, excepting for the 5 places like Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, other places are all khali. Nobody is there. And therefore, human population is unevenly distributed. That is causing lot of dependency on water, climate, relief, production, vegetation, economic activity, and development. And therefore, the entire globe has become a thirsty world. And water has become the most precious commodity. Though it is covering 2/3, most of the planet is water. But we all know that just only 3% is available as a fresh water. And even in the 3%, most of the water is available as ice. And therefore, we have seen crisis of extreme water crisis where India supported to Maldives and sent tons and tons of water bottles for drinking. Can you imagine somebody has to be living only on water bottle? But that is a hard fact. Even for India, only 4% of world fresh water, that is 16% of the global population, is available to us. And therefore, lack of clean water has gone even beyond affecting the health. And therefore, it is becoming a pandemic. We are all worried about COVID. But the day is not too far where we are all going to be struggling for water, and that is going to dictate terms. And therefore, we all have got no option but to use less, save more, and advocate always all the resources, including water. And therefore, one of the primary applications of satellite based technology is weather, climate, and meteorological applications. Meteorological applications include weather over land, atmosphere, or oceans. But believe me, there are hardly any student who is willing to take up appointments in this particular domain of weather forecasting. Everyone wants good forecast because everyone wants to know whether tomorrow cricket match will happen or not, whether I'll be able to watch it or not. Everyone wants to know whether tomorrow the release of his famous movie, whether he will be able to go and watch it in the theater or not. Tomorrow, will I be able to celebrate Ganesh Visarjan or not? Will I be able to celebrate Christmas or not? Everyone wants to know whether these things will happen, whether weather will affect or spoil the celebrations. But nobody wants to get employed into this particular domain of weather forecasting, meteorological applications. This area wants people who are all qualified in electronics, physics graduates, mathematics graduates who have got subject knowledge in statistical methods, quantitative techniques, somebody who is good in data analysis, somebody who is good in numbers, number theories, somebody who can actually work faster with facts and figures. All these domains, all these people who have got qualifications in those areas are the most wanted. But this domain is starving for people. There are no qualified people to study this particular domain. Large number of vacancies are lying even today vacant for want of people with the physics qualification, with the mathematics qualifications, with the statistical qualifications, with engineering qualifications like basic electronics, IT subjects also, there are nobody. IT people are interested only taking up in jobs in CTS or other places. They don't want to get employed with the national centers like Center for Wind Energy and Technology. Nobody wants to get employed in National Center for Weather Forecasting and Applications. Nobody wants to get appointed in Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. There are vacancies available in Ocean Society of India, which is a NGO-based organization. Large number of vacancies are available. Advertisements come, very few takers. Those who are applying get their jobs and get appointed. Beautiful life, excellent working conditions, lot to research and learn, and also give it back to the society. And therefore, it is necessary that this particular domain also takes shape. People get interested and get appointed in these type of domains. In fact, if individuals also think will happen, the changes will happen. And one of the biggest example is this Jadopia. Can you imagine this one single guy transferred the Assam wasteland into a forest? This guy planted 1,300 acres of forest over 30 years all by himself. Can anybody guess that this is possible? That one in number of individual, we only heard that somebody planting tree, but here this guy has planted a forest, and that too 1,360 acres of land in 30 years, and created a forest from the wasteland. And deservingly, he got Padma Shri. And therefore, instead of thinking that what I can do as an individual, even one man can change. And another classic example is our own Mahatma. He said that you be the change that you want to see. And he is a one-man army. And he believed that action plan has to start now, because 2 days from today, tomorrow will become yesterday. And therefore, if you start procrastinating, you start waiting for things to happen, it will never happen. And therefore, you be the change yourself. And therefore, the only answer to the climate change is change. And who need to change? Every one of us have to change. And therefore, the mindset has to change even for the placement officers here, that instead of looking for routine appointments with the standard companies which give you just 2.5 lakhs as a starting salary, and after 1 year the student gets dejected, leaves the job and doesn't want to continue, or sustains for no option but he has to support the family, make them to choose a life of their career or career as their life. And therefore find avenues like this, promote these domains, make them to take up jobs in these particular domains. And this particular field is very, very fascinating. If any one of you want to have more information on this, you are free to contact me. And I think together, individually and together, we all can definitely achieve this. And therefore, I am available to you. I'm available through my mail or on mobile. And in case if you want to have anything to be in touch with, these are all my contact points. I'll be more than happy to support, help you, guide you whatever that I can do, give contacts to those type of companies where there are opportunities available, or at least I can share those places where you can actually contact people, take your students, make them for a study tour, go them for an industrial visit, establish connect with those people, and thereafter look for the opportunities to grab. I am available, and I think the future holds good and holds a lot of promise. And I am sure that in case if we all can together overcome this pandemic, which was so threatening, still, of course, we are completely not it out, but we have done very well compared to many of the other countries, the developed countries. And if we can do this, we can do others as well. And therefore, I wish all of you the very best of luck. And my sincere apology for that interruption that I got because of the technical glitch that I faced here. Thank you for your patient listening. And I'm available for any questions, open to all of you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Hello. Thank you, sir. Kamada, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have two questions, sir, from colleges. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. The questions from the Holy Cross College at Tiruchi.
Okay.
On is it possible to arrange internship for a batch of 10 students in remote sensing applications in any South Indian city?
Very true. That is very much possible. I think Explore the Space will facilitate this. Actually, you should fail. And in case if you want any of my help, please let me know. Definitely, we can work with a lot of people. Known people are available. Internship visit, or industrial visit, or factory visit, or familiarization visit, or education visit.
Okay.
All these things are very much possible. Definitely.
Okay.
But only thing is, it cannot happen overnight. Therefore, there has to be a planning happens. And if anybody is interested, if Explore the Space wants to facilitate that, please let me know. I will also join hands with you. No problem at all.
Okay. Yeah, one more question, sir. A physics associate professor from a college in Pune wants to know what course and where should they study for remote sense applications after their graduation.
Okay. Right. There are a few universities which are offering these type of courses.
Okay.
One, of course, as I told you, IIST, IIRS, the NRSC, they themselves, CSST, they themselves are offering these courses. Therefore, they can take up these directly. These are all the centers of ISRO where they can take up all these courses leading to MTech. Like I got my MTech through them only. Okay. Therefore, you can apply for them. Otherwise, universities like Cochin University of Science and Technology, CUSAT, Andhra University, Rampur University, Indian Institute of Technology at Delhi, Center for Space Science and Education at IIT Madras. Okay. All of them have got specialized courses in this particular domain. And therefore, there are large number of programs which are being offered in this particular domain.
Okay.
And therefore, anyone interested, they all can take up these type of courses in these type of universities. And after their postgraduate courses and qualifications, in fact, while doing the postgraduate course itself, there are large number of projects which are available now, which are all funded by the startups and other, the contributors and collaborators. And therefore, the entire PG course itself, they will get stipend. There are plenty of money available in the form of, there are students who are earning close to 40,000 rupees per month while doing their postgraduate course itself. And therefore, these type of projects, ready-made projects are available, which are all both government sponsored as well as the industry sponsored projects are available. Therefore, all these universities, there are courses available. Yeah.
Okay. Dear participants, if any questions, please ask Kamada sir. Please unmute and ask your questions or any clarifications, if any.
In fact, if any of the colleges want me to come and talk to the students, please let me know. I will be more than willing to come and speak to them. I can talk to them. There are a large number of such motivational or informational talks are available, and therefore this also can be done for any of those colleges in case if they are interested. We can do it through the Explore the Space also anytime. No problem at all.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your clarification, sir. Dear participants, if any questions, please ask the Kamada sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah,
Am
Mr.
I
Bal.
audible?
Yeah, audible,
I'm
sir.
Bharat
Mr. Bal,
here.
audible. Yeah.
Yeah, I am the TP of Don Bosco Institute of Technology. It's an engineering college located at Mumbai. So just wanted to check, you mentioned some of the companies in your slide. So these companies normally, do they give vacancies on the in the offline mode or something? Or is it particularly there is some criteria for that? Because we as a placement officer, we are also trying a lot for getting core opportunities for our students, and we do get that. But then in space exploration, like only we get DRDOs and the government agencies only. The private players hardly they come to the campus and do the recruitments.
Yeah.
So how do we get in? Yeah, how do we
Now, what you should do is please, as a the best way to do it is see the biggest trouble for appointments in this are they are all such a specialized field. They want really the people with the core knowledge and attitude more than knowledge. They want attitude because they can be trained. There is no problem of training anybody in this particular domain. Therefore, generally those vacancies don't get publicized so easily in the public domain until otherwise you know that which are all the companies which are all actually taking or supporting these type of space technology and space related applications. And therefore, in that case, you can approach them and then ask them, find out once you establish a contact. But the best way to do it is, I would suggest is that please look out for generally the space seminars which are all conducted. Unfortunately, during the last year now, because of COVID, there are no seminars, or most of them are only webinars. Okay, so wherever there are some space technology related seminars, symposiums which are all conducted. In fact, normally I keep getting so many of them. In case I can also share it with you people. So if I know your contacts and those details are available. So as a placement officer, you must make it a point to attend these seminars as a visitor. Okay. By doing so, every of the space seminars have got the last day, the last session post lunch is the industry connect. All the industries which are all actually collaborating with the space agencies, that is the government agencies, put up their stalls. you get to meet them. And there is the place where you will be able to find out their vacancies generally. Okay. And in fact, they look forward. In fact, whenever the students who come for presenting the paper are all just appointed most of the time there itself, actually. See, anybody who comes for presenting the paper, after the presentation of the papers, you find that they go to the stalls and then tie up with them, and then they just get grabbed and straight away they just get employed even before they complete their courses. Generally, such seminars, such symposiums, which are all related to space and space related, technology related seminars are the one. The last day is the best time to go and approach those. Once you establish contact, then it is a routine matter. But for to start with some of these agencies, I can share. I will do with the space, explore the space, and probably I'll ask them to disseminate to you people. Therefore, you can start approaching them. That will be the start point. I hope I've answered your query.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Bharat. Yeah, anybody will be asked questions?
Okay, if nobody, then
Nobody.
I'm thankful to all of you for your
Yeah.
patient listening. And because of paucity of time, what has been given, I have restricted whatever. Okay, I don't want it to go. I can keep on speaking for 3-4 hours also non-stop, but I don't want it to lose my focus. And then being the first time I'm speaking to such a forum of placement officers, I thought let me do this as this one. Probably in case if there can be some more time where we can get connected, I can be a little bit more elaborate and then give additional input sometime. Okay. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you very much, Commander sir, for the very useful and interesting presentation on latest technologies and opportunities in remote sensing applications. Are very relevant for today's jobs and entrepreneurship market. Friends, now I am pleased to inform the next webinar on Saturday, 27th February 2021. The topic will be opportunities in artificial intelligence. Please watch out the more details about this event. Thanking all again for your participation. See you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you, participants.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.